In 1943, with the American involvement in World War II in full swing, a design study was completed by engineers of North American Aviation for a heavy-class bomber aircraft for U.S. Materiel Command. This resulted in the NA-116 proposal, which came about at a time when development of the Boeing B-29 Superfortress heavy bomber was moving towards flight testing and eventual service entry, to come in May of 1944. The NA-116 failed to provide any benefit over what the B-29 was already giving to the USAF, so the design fell to aviation history. The proposed aircraft was a large specimen incorporating a twin-boom configuration, a rarity for an oversized bomber type. To this was added a four-engine arrangement, although a twin-engine form was also entertained, each engine installation driving counter-rotating three-bladed propeller units. A large main plane was affixed at shoulder height and ran over a centralized fuselage nacelle structure. The twin booms extended beyond the trailing edge of each wing main plane and terminated at individual rudders, these joined by a high-mounted, shared horizontal plane. To this was added a rather modern, retractable tricycle undercarriage, each leg carrying a dual-wheel configuration. Inside, there was to be a crew of 12 made up of 2 pilots, a navigator, also doubling as the bombardier, a radio operator, doubling as a machine gunner, and no fewer than 8 dedicated machine gunners spread about the internals of the aircraft. The proposed defensive armament scheme involved a nose turret, dorsal turret, and rear turret at the end of the fuselage nacelle. Additionally, there were to be dorsal turrets at the midway run of each tail boom as well as at the end of each tail boom. The nose gunner would manage up to 4 by 0.50 caliber heavy machine guns, while the dorsal turret had 2 by 0.50 calories HMGs installed side by side. Each dorsal boom turret was outfitted with 2 by 0.50 caliber HMGs as well. 2 by 20 mm autocannons would be positioned at the end of the fuselage in a trainable mounting. The tail boom gun positions would each sport 2 by 20 mm autocannons. All told, this equaled 10 by 0.50 caliber HMGs, though as many as the 14th of May have been carried before the end, and 6 by 20 mm autocannons. Beyond the standard armament was an internal bomber load of up to 34,000 pounds of drop stores. The bomb bays were integrated ventrally into the fuselage nacelle as well as each tail boom. As drawn up, the bomber was to have a running length of 85.8 feet with a wingspan of 154 feet. Gross weight would have reached between 80,000 pounds and 132,000 pounds. The estimated range of the aircraft was 5,000 miles on a full warload and fully fueled. To power, the bomber would have carried 4 of the experimental Pratt & Whitney PWXR 4360 SSG-21-5 engines of 3,450 horsepower, these used to drive the counter-rotating propeller blades at each engine nacelle.